Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's about time that I returned. And finally recorded videos again. So, this episode is going to be pretty fun. As you can tell, if you can tell, the tower is not finished in the back, which we did last episode. That is because we are on an old save of the world because I've actually done a lot of work on this town center off camera. So, let's transition over to our current save of the world and I'll show you what we did. And just like that, here we are. Alright, and here's the reveal. 3, 2, 1. Here we are. So, as you can see, the tower is back in place. That's still updated from the last episode, but we have a lot of new things. Starting off with this center well right here. Now, I did record a YouTube short and posted it a few days ago, and it did terrible in comparison to all the other ones, but if you did happen to see it, you will have noticed that we built a well for 100 subscribers. So yeah, I really like this well. It's a custom design by myself. Nothing crazy, just something pretty simple and straight to the point. You can see it goes all the way down. I do have to replace some of this with cobblestone. But nonetheless, we have something to commemorate 100 subscribers, which is awesome, and it's the center point of the town. You also probably noticed this kind of, not like swing set, but like a little swinging bench type deal. This just came from Pinterest inspiration. I needed something to put here and I wasn't really sure what, and I figured a little bench in the center of the town would be pretty cool and kind of fit, you know, the theme of everything with just the blocks that I used to build it. Really happy with that. As you can see, we also added a bunch of little street lights throughout the world. Very simple build, but I just needed something to kind of light up this town center as it was always very dark. And probably one of my most underratedly favorite things that I added was this little log pile on the side of the stables. And the last thing that I did update was I finally put the rest of the shutters in on the stables. I only had, I believe, the first two, and the rest of them were just blank. So now we finally have the shutters in, and this build is almost finished. But for today, this is the project. Now, I have done some off-camera building, and I have a design for this section of the building. What we're going to do is this will be turned into a bar. And it's going to be a pretty unique bar because it's going to be one floor, and the ceiling's going to go all the way through. There's not going to be multiple levels, and a staircase will connect over to the bridge. You guys can't see, but I just pointed at my monitor at the bridge, so that's where I'm at right now. But nonetheless, we do have a build in place for this, ready to go. This tower will stay the same, so this build will be really cool. I think I'm going to change up how I do my thumbnail for this one. I think I might do like a before and after. If that's how it is, then I'm glad that I did it. If not, that was the initial intent and I didn't achieve on it. So, nevertheless, we do have some things to do, so let's go start collecting some resources. I believe we're going to start with some sand. So let's fly out towards the beach. As we fly over to the beach to get some sand, I just want to give you a quick update as to what really has been going on and why I haven't been uploading content. You know, nothing really major, honestly, just a lot of little things here and there, fixing stuff around the house, doing a lot of yard work. I've been dropping trees in my backyard, so that's taken up a lot of time. And honestly, just trying to balance everything. One thing that I've ran into lately is I have a lot of hobbies that I can't put time into. You know, I like playing video games. That's one of my, things that I would like to still do, and makes, I enjoy playing video games, not just Minecraft. I also have a project car that I've been working on. It's a 95 240SX, and I haven't really put any time or money into it lately this year, and I'd like to get it running so that I can drive the car, because it's been sitting for a couple of years. And to add on to everything else, I also like to go to the gym. A lot of those things, however, I have not been able to put any time into, just between responsibilities, but I knew I had to record a video, because I have a lot of things that I want to do, especially working on this world. So here we are today. I did spend some time doing some building off camera in preparation for this video, so I'm hoping that that gives us some good content. So yes, I'm going to try and at least record a video a week again, and I'm not going to set a time limit on it. More or less what I mean by time limit is I like to stick to a minimum of 10 minutes for an episode, but I don't think I'm going to hold myself to that. If it's a 6-minute episode, it's a 6-minute episode. I just want to get something out for you guys. So my inventory is completely overloaded with shulker boxes and stuff from working on the town center, so let's go empty some of that stuff out and get some materials for the current build. While we're waiting for some of our glass to smelt down, let's clean up our farms and reharvest. Alright, carrot farm is replanted. Let's go upstairs and see what we have cooking. All of our potatoes and even our wheat is growing in, so that's great. Alright, the wheat and the potatoes and the carrots are all replanted. Let's head back down and see where we're at with our sand. Real quickly, since it's nighttime, we're going to fly over to the town center so you can see what it looks like at night. So, landing on the side of the new building that we're going to work on, walking straight through, this is what it looks like. Nice and lit up for the most part. There's a couple areas that aren't finished, but I think it looks a lot better and we don't have mobs roaming around. I also fixed this little patch right here where I was blown up from a creeper. I do want to go back and smooth it out how I had it before, but at least it's still not a hole anymore, so that's good news. So if you're to walk through the entrance building, this is kind of the view that you get. Nice and lit up, looks very cool. Still have some things to finish, so let's keep working on it. A big trading town hall center type thing is what's cooking for the next video. I have to design it. I have no plans for it in the moment, but that is what I would like to work on. So again, as soon as this video is up and processed, I will begin working off camera to design that trading center. So 1.20 does come out in a few days as well, and I've been giving it some thought. Initially, I planned to abandon this world once 1.20 came out and start a new survival world, and I don't know how much I want to do that. 1.20 is cool, but I don't know if it's worth restarting the world over entirely. The other idea I had is split this world into a separate series, and have that just be building out this little town. And on the other series, we would do 1.20 things, like looking for artifacts and different armor trims. Also living in the cherry blossom biome. Definitely let me know what you guys would like to see, if you would like me to just continue this series and abandon the 1.20. Definitely let me know what you guys would like to see, either keep this series and start a new one, abandon this series entirely and commit fully to 1.20, or something else down in the comments. Just let me know, I'm here to listen. Alright, here we are. First things first, let's polish up the shell that we have currently. Alright, so step number 1 is complete. Polish up the shell that we have now. As you can see, I removed that stupid dark oak line in the middle of it. And I also added the cutouts for the windows. And lastly, what we did is we stripped the logs on the corners here on the rear side and added in the back window. As you can tell by what I'm holding in my hand, the next thing to do is add the windows. So here's what we have so far. We have the window in, we have the frame polished up. This is the goal that I had in mind. I wanted a big, large center window, as this is going to have one floor, not two now. And the goal is to be able to walk in here and look straight up and have all of these large windows with some hanging lanterns down, and it's going to be really, really cool. I guess next, while we're in here, we can go ahead and replace the floor. So let's get working on that. I guess the next thing to do is start working on the roof, and I already realized that I forgot more materials. But as you can see, I like these big bay, like popped out windows. I think they look awesome, especially when you put the glass panes on the side. It really gives it more of a rounded effect. So this roof design is going to be decently similar to what we have on this tower over here, just a little bit bigger and a little bit chunkier. But I'm decently content with what I was able to make out of it. just like that, we have the perimeter of our roof. So let's get working on the actual roof itself now. Alright, so this is what we're looking at here so far with the cobbled deep slate in place. Now we have to add that like dark oak perimeter thing around the middle of each side, and then add the point, and we should be done with the roof. Alright, so headed to bed. It turns out we messed up the roof a little bit, although I'm not exactly sure how, so I'm going to pop over to my test world real quick and see if we can spot the difference. Okay, I see the difference now. I put 2 blocks here instead of a block and a slab like I did in my test world, so that's an easy enough fix. And here's a little peek behind the curtain, some of the builds I have in my test world. I'm not going to show you the whole building just yet, but these are some old Viking type buildings that I did and worked on. This is a Viking longhouse town hall, and here's the 100 subscriber well. And just for inspiration, this is how I used to build, and then this is what we transitioned it to. I used to build very big and chunky and blocky and just way bigger than needed, so you always have room for improvement, so never look at anybody else's builds and feel bad about your own, because this is most likely where they came from. Alright, and there it is. Look at the roof, finally in, and it's actually almost the same height as this tower, which I'm pretty surprised given how much bigger it is. But this is what we have, and I think it looks really good, especially being put together with this building. I think they complement each other awesomely. Not quite the effect that I have. Maybe I'd like to shorten this building a little bit so I can have a height difference in the roof, but I think it still looks awesome. A few finishing details that we need to add. Let's go ahead and do that right now. No little zombies. Oh, no. That was so stupid. That was so stupid. I can't see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We are on 1 heart because of 2 baby zombies and a big zombie. Because I thought it would be a good idea to eat food while looking at a door. That was incredibly close. We'll get a view from the clock tower building here. The swing set blocks the tower a little bit, but I think it looks good. I really like it. I mimicked this build from this one. I think it looks good. We are missing a button. I thought I placed that button already. But this is going to be the final product of the exterior, minus some texturing, which I'm not going to do on camera. I think that's rather boring for you guys, personally. I wouldn't want to watch texturing, but this is the gist of it. So what we're going to do is eventually we'll go through and do the interior. I have to redesign it because I think how I had it designed, the layout was a little bit different, and now I have more room. So I could be a little bit more creative, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do a little view of walking into the town because I love to do that. And right out the gate, you can see the roof of it through the entranceway, which I think is super cool. And as you approach it, I think it looks awesome. It gives some color as opposed to just the brown and gray that's in the world a lot. And I think I really think it's awesome. I think it's very unique in terms of the other builds that are around it. So I'll give you a little rundown of what else I'd like to do in this town center before we move on, possibly to the big trading center in the middle of our property. So the first thing I'd like to do is finish polishing up this entranceway. I have 2 little lamp designs that I want to do hanging off of these, and then a couple of banners I'd like to hang as well, which means we also do have to have a banner design for the town. I'd like to have banners all throughout the city so that you know you're in one building or one village, one town, one whatever. But just something to signify that you're in a place that is one big community. So if you have any designs that you think are cool, definitely send them my way. The next thing we have to do is finish up these stables, which really just entails putting some hay bales in there and calling that good. I'd also like to scatter some carts throughout here and maybe even a small, tiny little market stall right here. This corner feels pretty empty as well to me, so I'd like to probably polish up this land right here and put a nice big custom tree. Nothing too fancy, but just something that doesn't look like a vanilla Minecraft tree. And then I think just figuring out what I want to do in terms of keeping this all grass or transitioning this all to coarse dirt. That I'm not 100% sure on. I think it looks good over here, but I don't know how much I'd like it all throughout here. And then we'll have to start the pathway going off towards the trading center, which will be more than likely in this big open area right here. So as the sun begins to set, I would like to thank all of you for tuning in and watching, and for sticking around during my little hiatus. Like I said, I do plan to upload weekly, and no matter how long or short the episodes are. And again, I might start a mini-series. I keep talking about it. I don't have any concrete plans down yet, and I'm not 100% sure if I like it yet. So for now, it's just a concept, but we'll stick with this series. And if you want to see something with 1.20, let me know, and I will definitely consider it. I hope you enjoy the building that we did get done today, and all the building that I did off camera. The world definitely seems to be coming together more so this town entrance, this town center section. So I think the next step is to start working on a design for the trading center, and then we'll start doing more fun stuff. But for now, thank you guys for watching. We're back. It's about time that I finally recorded an episode, and I think it's one of my favorites that we've done so far. Finally tying up some loose ends, projects that we started in episode 2, and now we're on, I believe, episode 7. So, thank you once again for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment down below what you'd like to see and answer some of the questions that I've asked. And I will talk to you guys in the next video, in the next YouTube short. Thank you guys, and have a good day.